Yo, what's up, everybody?
Skyman is tapping the fuck in.
And if you haven't heard already, hype as fuck, baby. Let's go.
It's your boy Ace Outlier. We're about to get hype as fuck.
What it do? This is TSD Chris with Trap Star Dreamers, and you tuned in with Hype as Fuck Podcast.
Hype as fuck.
Hype as fuck.
I'm hype as fuck.
I'm the bastard.
I'm G Blunt.
We are tongue tied.
Yep.
And we are hype as fuck to be back.
What's up, Jesse?
I want to take a second at the beginning of this, and I just want to give you your flowers. Gladly be kicked out just because you came and said hello.
Are you ready? Because I know I'm ready. Are you ready to get hype as fuck?
Hype as fuck.
Hype as fuck. You're you're actually like our family for life. And even seeing you do the pod and stuff, like I'm proud of you. Like you're out there and like you do your shit. Like as soon as I saw you, I like wanted to hug you because you've been there for us. Like you're not just regular to me. You're Madback Jackson.
Well, shout out to Hype as Fuck Promotions. Shout out to Madback Jackson.
He's mad whack. Let's get hype as fuck, yeah?
Hype as fuck.
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 It's Rocky Rock. It's time to get hype as fuck.
But your boy Master K be sure to tap him for hype as fuck. Let's get it. Jill.
Jesse, get hype as fuck. What up?
I'm hype as fuck. Let's go.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Rawr. This is Toddy and you're watching Hype as Fuck.
Fake out. Thought you were going for another round of intro, but fake out. Welcome to another episode of Get Hype AF Podcast. I am your host, Madwack Jackson, and today we have someone coming back for another round. Someone you may or may not know, one of my favorite amphibians. And today, if you have not been keeping up, we are going country with Toads. So, smash that share button, tag up some homies, and start making some comments because here's my man for the show, Toad.
Oh, I was just practicing for the interview there with my own personal dinosaur. What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining us.
Hell yeah. Always good to get some extra practice in. What is your friend's name?
That is Barney, and he loves
Barney.
you, and you know that makes us all family, and however else that song goes.
I can't believe I didn't break into song. Wow. All
That
right, it's
is,
been
in
long
fact-
enough that song has left my brain.
Right? Well, you know, I'm actually afraid to sing that song because of copyright, so I kind of just hit the gist of it there. But if you watch my YouTubes, that is in fact the Barney that I used from the insane asylum.
Good tip. And I appreciate you thinking about the copyrights there because you're right. That would get us nipped in a heartbeat.
You know, weirdly enough, I know all those songs, including the Lamb Chop song, but I won't sing them for you because I know they get us in trouble. There'll be a lawyer bursting through that door in like 10 seconds.
It's funny. It's funny because you're not joking. The craziest
It's funny 'cause it's
potatoes
true.
like that can get you in the biggest trouble. All right.
I won't sing them for you 'cause I know they get us in trouble. There'll be a lawyer bursting through.
Me and my
Oh,
technical
I'm
difficulties.
coming through. Ooh,
Yeah,
the Toad
double time.
remix. Practicing my
Echo, echo.
ventriloquism.
Damn, you did that hella good. Fuck, man. Always on the curve. You got ventriloquism, but
You
you
gotta
just
keep
nailed
going.
holy shit. Like you
You gotta
even
go
mimicked
step by
my
step.
voice perfect.
I'm
Crazy.
doing that. You know, I'm this close to nailing G Blunt. That close.
What, a couple days, couple weeks?
I mean, you know, you can't put a time limit on these things, so it happens when it happens. You know, we let it happen organically.
Fair enough. You're right. You can't rush these things. You can't.
Mm-mm.
You can't rush perfectionism and magic.
Nope.
All right, you guys. So, if by some weird chance this is your first time tuning in to Hype AF Podcast, this is my guest Toad, aka Music by Toad. If you are watching from Facebook and familiar that way, and to get everyone familiar with you, if they may not be, why don't you start out by telling us how long you've been making this music?
I actually started last May, so like it was towards the end of May. So we just now hit like our first year of making music. And, you know, unfortunately, I think it's somewhere around 84,000 streams, you know, across all platforms in the first year. I don't know what's good or bad. You know, it's not necessarily good to compare yourselves to each other, but I did not think I would get above 50, let alone 15,000. So to be over 80,000, that's pretty amazing. We did start off as rap. I mean, I got my tiny little MIDI device here. We make our own beats. We started off rapping. We got good at using samples. We got a guitarist and we started making metal music and rock music and southern rock, just kind of whatever I feel like. But this album we're here to talk about is actually a country / hip hop album. Now I'm going to redirect you. If you don't know what hip hop is, it's essentially country rap. Now, there's really no rules to any type of music. Let's be honest. You can make any type of music. There's no rules to anything. You don't have to follow what anyone else tells you. But typically in a hip hop song, you're going to have singing with rapping. They normally do the hooks in singing. They normally hit the verses with rapping. There will also be singing in the actual verses themselves. One of the best examples, one of the biggest names in hip hop is Moonshine Bandits. You know, if you don't know that brand of music, you haven't heard of them, they're definitely a good stepping stone to get into that type of music. But it's 8 songs that we have coming out tomorrow. It's a country and a hip hop album because we do have country songs that are just singing songs, and we have hip hop songs which are singing with the country. But essentially, I do not like to tie myself to one genre. Like, I'm not going to put myself there. That's just not how I do it. I'm going to make whatever I feel like. And one day I'm a metalhead. The next day I want to do rap. And, you know, once every blue moon, I want to do country. If I'm being honest with you, it happened by accident. But we're all over the place like a insane patient at the mental hospital. So just, you know, a little better looking.
Yep, that's facts, my guy. And I appreciate you. That was an epic rundown. Now, I couldn't have possibly done that better. Not only did you tell us all the types of music that you're making, but you even broke down the type of music that what hip hop is, which a lot of people don't know. So extra points, man. Let's start up a cue sheet over here and keep score because you're gonna win.
Don't worry, I'll lose points too, so I'll probably end up in the negative. You know, like, okay, you've been talking for like 10 minutes now, shut up, you know?
Shit. All right. Well, man, that was perfect. So, what possessed you to go the country route?
I mean, it was completely accidental. If I'm being honest, I've always known I've had a country voice. If you haven't picked up onto it, there's a bit of a twang to my voice. I was taking an Uber one time, and I am not good with a Scottish accent, but he had a super thick Scottish accent. I'd impersonate for you, but I just embarrassed myself. So just pretend that I did a phenomenal job and tell me I did a good job in the comments. But he looked at me with his super thick accent. He's like, I noticed you got a bit of an accent yourself. And I was just like, okay, I can't deny it now if this guy says it. So there's already a bit of a twang to my voice from being born in Colorado. So, you know, singing country really wasn't that hard. But out of all honesty, I was trying to make a rock song. I had what I thought was a rock guitar. And at the end of it, when I put the whole thing together, I listened to it. I kind of just, you know, looked at myself in the phone. It was like, that's not a rock song, Toad. That's a country song. I was like, do you think you can do it? And, you know, we kind of listened to it a few times. I got the lyrics for it. I wrote it down and I ran with it. And, you know, my wife will tell you that Saturday is still my best song, but I think My Country And honestly, some of these songs on here are just phenomenal, and they're extremely catchy. When I've played them for people, they walk away singing the hook, which is what you want them to do, you know? So I think it's a phenomenal album. I'm going to have to basically revisit the whole idea of doing more country because I kind of thought I was going to be one and done. But I mean, I really like this, but it was an accident. It was not planned. But just like that sticker you saw me post on Facebook that I was like, this didn't go as planned. Sometimes you got to run with these happy little mistakes. I mean, did we learn nothing from Bob Ross?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Happy mistakes. Happy
Mhm.
mistakes. Yes. Wow. So I feel like I know, but how long did it take you from your accident of, hey, I can make country music, I might be good at this, to having an entire album? Because I feel like you did that pretty quick.
Well, again, it was not on purpose. So I did the My Country song, and I'm not a fan of doing singles. I released 4 singles right after I did my first album, and they got like no attention at all. I just felt like the algorithm for these streaming platforms absolutely hates singles. So looking at that song, I knew I had to do at least an EP. So I started looking up like country things and finding different country guitars that I could use, and I ended up making 3 songs in total, which would be My Country, Emily, and Love. And then G Blunt hit me up and he said he wanted to do a country song. So, I thought to myself, like, well, my songs are already done, so we'd have to go make a new one. So I basically went and locked myself in the studio for, a good 20, 30 minutes. And, I had, like, a rough draft of what I wanted to be, and I just so happened to already have which G Blunt's the only one who's going to know what I'm talking about. I already had the hook for that song, and I was just dying to use it. So we had that, and I was like, well, I'm at 4. I might as well just keep going. And so basically, while I waited for G Blunt to do his, I ended up making 4 more songs for that album. And if I'm being honest, I know that I'm gonna be super blunt with you. Track 8 is, anyways, it's a thank you song to the fans and everything out there. I know that's gonna be a niche group, right? Let's just be honest. Only specific people gonna like that song. But 1 through 7, phenomenal songs. I seriously can't stop listening to them. Since I put it to my distributor to be released, I stopped listening to them, which is what I always do. So that way I go and listen to them on like Spotify. I'm honestly a little sad I can't listen to it. Like, I've been really bummed out. I've been excited just for this show tonight, just so I could hear these songs again, because it's been weeks since I've gotten to listen to them, and I genuinely like them that much. Like, they're some of my favorite songs that I've done. Some of the rap verses that I've done, the flow is phenomenal. I hit the words perfectly. I did a really good job mixing. I have to pat myself on my own back, but sometimes you have to, But I just, it turned out really well, and I think of it as, to go back to the same reference, a Bob Ross happy little accident, happy little mistake,
I love that. I
Mm-hmm.
absolutely love that. And to go back to something you had said a little earlier, to have the amount of listeners and streams and views that you do in just under about a year now, and what you said specifically, your shit is catchy, like big
Thank you.
time catchy. One song for me particular that right now, because they go through me so fast, but one that I'm stuck on of yours particularly is these people, they hate you, or these people don't love you.
No love, yeah.
Yeah, that one. I'm all about that one right now.
Yeah, just to tell you the truth on that one starts off, I woke up on the wrong side of bed today. That's the truth. I was really in a bad mood when I wrote and recorded that song. Like, I woke up just like pissed off for no reason. Went and made an angry beat and put some angry lyrics on it, and then I was in a happy mood again. So I literally took all those emotions I woke up with, that angry emotions, and I put them on that track. So I'll always really like that. I didn't know you could do that with your feelings.
Hell yeah, get them out, release them. And I kid you not, I've had that happen. I was pissed off one day, and I was taking my anger out in my music, and I let someone hear it, and that was exactly what they told me. They were like, you know what, dude, you should write when you're pissed off more often. That was awesome. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, noted.
You know, and that's that juggalo feeling stuff that they talk about. Like, have you ever heard the ICP fans where like these songs have juggalo powers? It's really that, even though those things they're talking about figurative situations of murdering people that they really didn't, there's a lot of real emotions that they put onto those tracks, and that's what comes through those speakers, and the listeners can in fact feel and hear that. So it does make a difference.
Absolutely. And yeah, another good point is you can't listen surface level. You've got to actually kind of sit there and dig deeper into what they're saying. Because if you're listening surface level, especially to someone like ICP, well, you've got to have a certain flavor. You're not going to get it. You're not going to understand. A lot of that you need to dig deep and understand, because there's a lot of subliminal messages, and a lot of you probably still don't know. A lot of you new juggalos and shit, but they are referencing God and goodness and being kind 100 times more than they are when you hear murder, fat bitch, and fucking beehives, and slipping syrup up through your fucking missing teeth and shit. Like, there's way more depth there if you actually listen.
Oh yeah, and it's like I said on the beginning of Evil from Gone Mental. ICP once said, "Let our music do the killing for you. You'll be all right."
There you go. Okay, so before we start getting into some of these tracks, you guys, we got 5 of them lined up for you tonight. How many are on this album?
There's 8 in total. I probably shouldn't have done 5, but they're just so good that I know once you hear these songs, you're gonna want to go stream them later when it comes out, which it should be available at midnight.
Yeah. Yep. My wife just pointed. Yep. Hopefully we don't get cut off, because she's totally right. I did. Lot of violations in that one sentence I just made right there.
Oh, did ya?
Yeah. God damn it, ICP. You're vile people. I can't even sing your lyrics. But
have they been cracking down on people like that? They always told us they'd never sue us.
No, just not them as far as copyrights, but Facebook as far as M words and slur slides and those words.
Oh yeah, I got in trouble for a word that rhymes with Beth. And it was a funny comment I made. It wasn't even an insult, and it got all kinds of likes and reply. And all of a sudden, I'm got like a 2-month thing where I can't advertise on Facebook. Like, oh no, you can't take my money. Like, don't punish me like that. How dare you? That's so rude. But yeah, Facebook's a messed up place. However, though, you can talk about doing these things on your own timeline. I have posts about I don't want to get you in trouble, so I don't want to say it, but something that rhymes with the last word of your thing, whack, right there. I have a post about me doing that, and that's perfectly fine. That's still up, so it makes no sense.
It really doesn't. Well, we're still here, so they must have missed all of my profanity.
I can see it right here, so I would have seen it.
All right. So what I was getting into, we obviously know now that you're an ICP fan. Who else do you aspire to, since we're hearing Metal Toad, we're hearing Rap Toad, and now we have Country Toad?
I mean, I'm all over the place. It's it's not like I'm specifically trying to be someone, but on the next metal album, I accidentally made a song where Toad goes Iron Maiden. I'm not even the biggest Iron Maiden fan. Just when you accidentally make an Iron Maiden style beat, you kind of go with it. They already figured that out a long time ago. My wife loves Iron Maiden. She absolutely loves that song. So I would honestly say that there's no limit to what we can do with some obvious exclusions. I don't know if you can see it back there, but I do in fact own it. Oh yeah, you can see it right there. There's a didgeridoo right there. That's straight from Australia. I've tried to record it, and apparently you need special microphones for it. I've looked on sample sites, and didgeridoos are so low and hard to find that it makes me think recording them's hard. And I had that bad boy right up on my microphone, and I mean the little itty bitty little recordings of it, and even cranking it the hell up, you could barely hear it. So, I'd like to think, we could get some more money. We could keep growing, keep doing more adventurous stuff. I know Cremutator wants to keep making music. That's what he's all about. He loves that metal style, but we have also some techno songs that he's made as well. So as far as I go, I would say probably the limit, just because of my age, would be boy band. I don't think anyone wants me to be in a boy band, and I'm a terrible dancer. I have great upper body movement, as you guys can see. Dead feet, 2 left feet. What are you going to do? Not everyone's gifted at everything.
Wow. This is interesting. So, DJ Lucius, someone we're familiar with and have previously collaborated with, in fact, also has a didgeridoo. So, Mr. Lucius, does that mean you know how to record sound from one? Let us know.
Didgeridoos are awesome. I know some people don't like them, but I think they're dope. But I got all kinds of weird stuff. I don't know. And I do. It's not near me, so you'll have to take my word on it. I actually have a toad that you can play. Of course, Toad has a toad. Of course.
Of course. Like, I don't have 20 dinosaurs behind me or anything.
Right? There's my dinosaur over there too. So
thank God it's dark in here and you can't really see him.
Yeah, I'm sure my daughter took my toad. She loves playing with that toad. It used to be around here.
So
I used to have cool stuff.
Hopefully, that means we can look forward to some Australian, South African music from you and Mr. DJ Lucius in the future. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I've always, you could put it on, rock, you can put it on metal, you could hit, rap with it. I mean, it's a didgeridoo. They have all kinds of different types too. So I would assume just right out the gate that his sounds different than mine.
He apparently meditates with his and uses it for magic tricks. He tries to levitate paper with the sound. That's what he uses his for.
Yeah, you gotta like throat sing to use a didgeridoo. So you basically essentially create all this vibration in the tube kind of thing. So if you did get it up on paper, it would start to, you got the right frequency, you could lift it up.
That's dope. That's dope.
But if you have like asthma, breathing problems, didgeridoos increase your lung capacity. People have actually cured their asthma by learning how to play didgeridoo.
I'm pretty sure your wife just said to check by your feet. I'm not sure for what, but she said.
Oh, my toad. Let's see. There's a very good chance that my evil cat took it. Nope, it's not around. Thanks anyways, babe.
Nice try. Good effort. We appreciate the effort always.
Yeah. I'll find it for you next time. We're doing another show next month. Oh, did I just advertise that? We're going to have Cremutator here for that one. That should be a blast.
Hell yeah.
Who wants to meet Cremutator? I want to meet Cremutator.
Right. I want to meet Cremutator. I want to make sure that I pronounce that name right by the time that show comes. So you say it as many times as needed because it needs to be crammed in here.
It sounded like you said it there just fine, Cremutator.
It's because I'm copying you. If I was to read it off my sheet right now, I'd have fucked it up. It's just one of those things. It's a mental one for me.
Give me an ear tug during that show, right? And I'll be like Cremutator, and then you just follow it up. You just give me the old ear tug,
Perfect. Perfect. So since you did bring it up, that is going to be next month. We're going to be talking about a metal. Is this a metal album?
Yeah. This one's not to downplay, because I absolutely love the album Gone Mental. This one's way harder. There's a lot more growls used on it. I'm getting deeper on some songs. If you were looking for a deeper growl, I get deeper on some of these songs. And I think it's 13 albums that we got, or 13 songs on that one. And that one's just about ready to go. We're going to have that one right after that show just as well. So Cremutator, he's got his own song at the end. And for fans of Mad Whack Jackson, we happen to get Mad Whack on the album. So you'll have to check that out too. That's an awesome song. I think it's awesome. I will definitely tell you it's a little bit different, but I think it's awesome. I think every song on there is awesome. The last song is Cremutator, just absolutely ripping the axe as a solo. And it's, if you like live stuff, it's definitely the kind of song that, like they hit in the middle of like a long concert where the guitarist is just showcasing his skills. So there's a lot on that album as well. A lot to look forward on that too, especially Mad Whack.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's I make a little appearance in there, and like you said, it's definitely it's different for what you guys have heard me do. That's for sure. Different,
And it's different than
type
us.
of production, but it's dope. I definitely dig it.
I've always liked it, but I'm real with myself. Like, is this the kind of song you'd hear on pop radio? Probably not. It's more of the song you'd hear like models walking down the runway to. But I think the song is awesome. I've always liked it. Cremutator worked hard on it, and I added all the voices to it and everything like that. And then you came in and put your verses on it. It's dope.
Heck yeah. All right, so let's quit procrastinating here and let's get to the whole reason we're doing tonight's show. Tell us about, let's start first track, My Country. Tell us about this.
Yeah. Now, if I'm being super blunt with you, this is the song. This is, like your typical country song, like I Love My Country, but it's from the people that wouldn't normally make this song. So it's supposed to be I Love My Country from the rejects of this country, essentially, the people that they say this country would be better off without. That's who this song is for. And like I said, when I first heard it, of course you record it, how it goes, you record it, you don't quite hear how the song sounds until you put it all together, you listen to it. I mean, it gave me chills down my spine, I was like, this is a phenomenal song. And to me, it's powerful, but it's also just fun at the same time. It's just a fun song to sing along. My daughter would be in the back seat and I'm not exaggerating, screaming these lyrics at me. It's a very fun song. I could easily see a bar full of people just, screaming at their top of their lungs this song. So it's for all the people that don't feel like they're part of the mass majority. And it's a song that, everyone can enjoy at the same time.
All right, sounds good. I'm not even gonna waste any more time talking. Let's just get right into it. My Country from Toad.
That's right. I don't know what the hand signal for country is.
Can you make Texas shape?
Yeah.
Here we go.
We're hating on each other every day online to make sure there's something to divide us like a line. Are you feeling really fine? You've been calling me names. We don't have the same mind. We don't have the same mind. You post all your hate right on your timeline. Without people like me, this country would be fine. Don't tell me I don't love my damn country. I grew up in this bitch watching Gumby. Chased my friends into a field and climbed that one tree. Mama gave us food to make sure we're not hungry. I grab a pitcher and I fill it up with some tea. The way this place is looking, it really stunned me. Land of opportunity, let's make some money. This where I'm from, see, I love my country. This country was founded off of red, white, and blue. Freedom for me and freedom for you. This country was founded off of basic principles. The way that we act is inexplicable. We need some help medicinal. Climb up to the pinnacle. I swear that this is winnable. You just need to be sensible. Call on Jesus biblical. Keep working on a miracle. One thing that's additional. Love is not conditional. I wonder what happened. Got us beefing like we're rapping. Stopping up on toilet paper. They don't got it. You will stab them. That old man, you just grabbed them. I seen them. I would grab them. Shove them right into a trash can. That's not what we about, man. Don't tell me I don't love my damn country. I fight for everything. These Nazis aren't above me. I grew up in this bitch watching Gumby. Mama hated me, but I was never hungry. don't love my damn country. I grew up in this bitch watching Gumby. Chase my friends into a field and climb that one tree. Mama gave us food to make sure we're not hungry. I grab a pitcher and I fill it up with some tea. The way this place it look at night, it really stunned me. Land of opportunity, let's make some money. This where I'm from, see, I love my country. Don't tell me I don't love my damn country. Don't tell me I don't love my damn country. Don't tell me I don't love my damn country. Don't tell me, don't tell me. I grew up in this bitch watching Gumby. Don't tell me, don't tell me. I grew up in this bitch watching Gumby. Don't tell me, don't tell me. Don't tell me I don't love my damn country. I grew up Denver Nuggets, Marcus Camby. Race across the field and we all would get candy. Chasing after that girl we called Sandy.
See, I love my country.
Yep.
Hey, I don't know. It's just something about you. I don't know if it's your voice, if it's your rhythm, what it is, but you are addictive. Just like that's what again with it's so you're catchy, you're addictive. It doesn't
Well,
matter
I've
what
told
you
you.
do.
I've told you before, this is the first time in my life I felt like I was actually like in the right place. And long before I started making music, I mean, every single day I'd have songs in my head, and you'd probably think like, oh, like he had someone else. No, like I would make songs in my head spontaneously. It was never planned. Like I just have made up songs in my head all day, every day, and I finally let them out. That doesn't happen anymore. Like I don't walk around with made up songs in my head anymore. So it's really gave me like clarity, in life. I seem more concentrated on everything because I found the right path for once in life, and it does feel good to walk down the right path.
I relate to that so much, and it's kind of like an epiphany almost just now that you said that, because I used to, and you can ask my mom, I see you in the chat. My grandpa and my dad would do that same thing. They didn't make music, but they listened to it nonstop 24/7, and they would make up their own words to rewrite the words to the songs pretty much. So
Yep.
I would do that. And like just maybe a month ago, I found that I don't do that anymore. And you just kind of epiphany explained why. I do make music, so I found an alternative outlet to that in a sense.
And you're probably like
That's
me too,
awesome.
where like you got a beat and you've written a song, you haven't recorded it yet, and somehow it's already stuck in your head. You've already like your song you haven't even made yet is stuck in your head somehow. Like how did that happen? That's what happens to me.
Yeah, I don't know if you're like me in this aspect. You go record it and it takes you 20 times before you're like, that's not how it sounded in my head though. That's not what it sounded like.
That happens every now and again. Sometimes I hit it the first time, which I have done, and then sometimes it's like, okay, take 33, day 3. Yeah, that definitely happens to all of us. I have an app on my phone that drops all the stuff that I've come on there, and I heard like one of the first versions of Little Fairy, and I was just like, oh, like I am so glad I fixed that. It was not pretty,
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. I've had those moments as well where you're like, oh man, this is so done. It's ready to put out there. And then you put it on a different speaker and you're really listening and you're like, what the hell was I thinking? What?
Right?
Hold up.
You're like, why did I put 3 different cowbells in there? What the hell's wrong with me?
Oh, shit. All right. So what do we have next? Let me see. It looks like track number 2 would be Emily that you sent in, or is that
Yes.
further down?
No, Emily. So that is in the order that it comes in. So the first song is going to be My Country. Then we have Emily, and then Love that's the first three that we started off with. So Emily is the love song that I made to my daughter, which was like not by accident. Yeah, she has been bugging me. I want to say since AKA Half Pint to write her a song. I pointed out to her on multiple occasions that like there's so many lines about her, and some of my best lines include me talking about how I love my daughter, blah, blah, blah. That's boring, anyways. But this song, I actually took a song and wrote it completely about, me and my daughter's actual life. And I can tell you in this song, there's, not one like fib in there with, the obvious exception where I talk about we race across the lava. You got to realize that, the floor is lava, so a lot of all these things are 100% true that me and my daughter have done. And I gave her like the song that she's always wanted. And if I'm being blunt with you, it's super catchy. But if you do have a dad and you are a woman, you might be inclined to want to call him after hearing this song. So this does come with a warning that it may bring up some emotions in a certain crowd of people. Just giving a warning.
All right, you guys. So here we go. Without further ado, this is Emily. Of course, I say that, but it's going to take a couple seconds because my shit's slow.
Sorry, I just saw what my wife wrote there.
Oh, yeah. Playing drums on the chopsticks. There we go.
This song is dedicated to my daughter, Emily. She's been asking me to do a song for her, so I'm finally doing a song for her. This is what a real love song sounds like. I love you, you know that's right. I love you, you are my light. We may cry, we may lie. All I ever ask is that you try. Let's get it. Best thing about each day is my daughter. When she falls, you know I got her. She's so stubborn, just like her father. You got some problems that you won't be bothered. I can tell you about all the coolest movies. I can tell you about Adventure with Scooby. We can talk all day about Bluey. We the best team, Banjo-Kazooie. Sorry, wife, I love this girl. Grabs on, I wanna gives it a whirl. Daddy look, ballerina with a twirl. Spins on around it all twirled, and that's why she's my whole damn world. Grabs on a wand and gives it a whirl. Daddy come look, ballerina with a twirl. Spins all around and no more twirl. She is so damn beautiful. That fact is not refutable. The data's not computable. This girl is too damn beautiful. Now she is so damn beautiful. That fact is not refutable. The data's not computable. This girl is too damn beautiful. I love you with all my might. I love you like the day turns to night. We may fight, we may fall. At the end of the night, give your dad a call, let's go. I cannot move on without you. Always trust you, girl, never doubt you. Came and it's what gave me purpose. Everything I sacrifice will be worth it. Get to the top, I never see you hurting. You the best in the world, girl, I'm certain. You the best in the world, girl, I'm certain. You the best in the world, girl, I'm certain. For the being got nothing on us. The wishing tree will never have enough, so we make all the winter dust come to us. Then we float on a cloud that a pup. Fight against the dragon, cause I know that you're tough. Toss through the lava and the land's looking rough. Play on the rubber, but the dog's in a cup. Talk real quick for some sex and stuff. Put me in the corner, you done had enough. Daddy, take a look, cock's got really buff. I'd do anything for a baby girl. I'd do anything, I give you my world. I ain't got a friend, she my whole damn world. You got a problem, I'm the clan, she my pearl. Stamp on your fingers, have you scream like a squirrel. Tapped in your spine and give it every girl. She is so damn beautiful. That fact is not refutable. The data's not computable. This girl is too damn beautiful. Now she is so damn beautiful. That fact is not refutable. The data's not computable. This girl is too damn beautiful. I love you. You know that's right. I love you. You are my light. We may cry. We may lie. All I ever ask is that you try. I love you with all my might. I love you like the day turns to night. We may fight, we may fall. At the end of the night.
You heard at the end of the night, go give your dad a call.
That's
Some of us
right.
don't have him here with us anymore, so go appreciate your dad.
That's also like
So
a hidden landmine in the future. You know, if she's like not talking to me, I just kind of keep sending her that song. You know, maybe just like 10 seconds that part, like at the end of the night, you know, just keep sending it to her, whatever social media is going on in 10, 20 years, you know, 10, 20, 30 years or whatever. She's bound to be pissed at me sometimes. I screw up all the time, Jesse. All
oh
the
no,
time.
that's the role of a dad, dude. It don't matter if you screw up or not. You could be a fucking millionaire and be perfect, and you're still gonna screw up. It's just a parent thing.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, my wife's always impressed because I catch things that get knocked over all the time, right? She's like, "How do you do that?" I'm like, "I'm the one who knocked it over." You start catching these things, so you stop breaking them. You know.
Exactly. Like, well, it took 23 years of missing before I finally figured out I should try to catch it.
Right? You know how many bongs I knocked over before I stopped putting them on the edge of the table?
Exactly. Life lessons learned. I love that. I love that.
hmm
That was a beautiful one. What does she think of that? Does she get
Oh,
the
she loves
message
it.
behind it?
Oh, she loves it just because it's got the catchy singing on it with the rapping. And, you know, believe it or not, she actually likes the rapping as much as the singing. She's also my biggest critic. She's my biggest fan, but my biggest critic.
Yep. Kids are going to be honest with you, but that's not
Yep.
really a bad thing.
You know, like I don't think I could have done a better job on singing some of those songs. And if I'm just like you said, like that's not the way it's supposed. Like, you know, a lot of those songs, like, you know, when I sing these stuff, I have to do it over and over and over and over again because I don't like the way it sounds, or maybe this word I said sounded all crappy, right? So I do put a lot of effort into that singing. While the rapping is, you know, easier for me to actually do. You know, and she's like, she hears these songs and she says to me, and she looks at me, she goes, "You know what? You should try to get someone who can sing like really good on one of your songs." Like, you better leave right now. You know, and she's like,
I
"No, no,
think
no, I didn't mean it like that." And then she's like, "What I meant is like get someone who's like good at singing." I know you didn't, child. So yeah, she's, you know, like these things that you see people say about my music online, that doesn't bug me. But that time she said that to me, that hurt the hell out of my feelings, you know? Like, oh dear Lord.
well,
First of all, I don't know nobody. Second of all, I like my country singing voice. Thank you very much.
Annie, they say the darndest stuff. They're going to be honest with you, but at the same time, I'm absolutely sure that, she had no idea that is going to have the effect that it has,
Well, that's why you try and
it
take
was
it.
just a surface. It's just a surface, it'd be really
hmm
cool if whoever these kids listen to nowadays. I can't name anyone mainstream. I'm not even going to try.
Right.
But that's who she's thinking. This person I listen to would be really cool on your song, Daddy.
Well,
And you're
you know
like,
the problem is,
you're right, but fuck you. Like, you could have just thrown me a bone.
well, you know, with her, she's talking about like princesses from movies and stuff. Like, girl, I don't know
Yeah.
Elsa. I don't know her. Like, we're not privileged to have Frozen in our house. Everyone has it.
Exactly. That's the perfect. Yeah, I don't know Elsa. I'm sorry.
No, no, everyone has that movie. Everyone's freaking seen it, unfortunately. If you haven't, you are so freaking lucky.
That is facts. That is facts. Oh man, we got some laughs, and I think we even got a few tears on that one. So,
Yeah.
let's keep it going. Next up, love. Tell us
This
about
one's
love.
This one's the wifey love song. If I'm being honest, I've written love songs about her before, and some of you probably know that. This one to me is not a depressing love song because at the end of the day, those other ones, there's always like a sad undertone to them, and it's like, oh, that's a little bummy, So we made like a real love song, like something that, hey, this actually fun and happy. Some people we can dance and sing along to and have a good time, as opposed to the other ones where I'm telling her I'm sorry like 48 million times, it's, yeah, like I love you, but that's also like a really bummy song, dude. But you gotta get some of this stuff off your chest, to make the proper art. You gotta, get through these walls first. But this is definitely the best love song that I've written to my wife, and I believe at the beginning I do say that it's to my wife, so there's no confusion about it at all. But definitely dedicated to the wife. I think it's a phenomenal song. Gets you with some more singing, some really good rap lines in there.
All right. So this track is, again, This Is Love, and this is dedicated to his milkman. Let's check this out.
This song's called Love.
I will travel across all the seven seas, just to make sure you're the one that's right next to me. So much I have lost, so much I have gained. You gave me the strength to be the man I am today. I will travel across all the seven seas, just to make sure you're the one that's right next to me. So much I have lost, so much I have gained. You gave me the strength to be the man I am today.
Okay, so no more sad songs. Okay, I feel like there's no pain. Okay, I had a cancer in me and you pulled it out my veins. Okay, you pulled me out my drought. Gave me a mic, I should just shout. My daughter said she's really proud. Looks up to me and says it loud. I did not want no need your love, so I just pushed away. My plane went crashing down, you came and saved me, no delay. I did not want no need your love, but it was here to stay. You saved me from a burning crash, I'll love you every day.
I will travel across all the seven seas, just to make sure you're the one that's right next to me. So much I have lost, so much I have gained. You gave me the strength to be the man I am today. I will travel across all the seven seas, just to make sure you're the one that's right next to me. So much I have lost, so much I have gained. You gave me the strength to be the man I am today.
What you looking at, baby? Well, I'm looking at you. You flyer than them birds that we see at the zoo. You higher than them notes played on a kazoo. Let me jump in your pouch just like a kangaroo. You blocking what I see, baby. Do not change my view. Don't change the block. You get everything. I slap your butt and we just move. I'll stand in line and wait my cue. You worth everything. That's so true. I love you, baby. Hope you know my feelings get real hard to show.
I will travel across all the seven seas, just to make sure you're the one that's right next to me. So much I have lost, so much I have gained. You gave me the strength to be the man I am today. I will travel across all the seven seas, just to make sure you're the one that's right next to me. So much I have lost, so much I have gained. You gave me the strength to be the man I am today.
I love you, girl, that's the bottom line. I love you, girl, our love's like wine. And I love you, girl, your heart is mine. I love you, girl, cause you's a dime. She wanted one, baby, so I knocked her up. She wanted two, baby, so I knocked her up. She wanted three, baby, so whoa, uh-oh, bad luck.
I will travel across all the seven seas, just to make sure you're the one that's right next to me. So much I have lost, so much I have gained. You gave me the strength to be the man I am today. I will travel across all the seven seas, just to make sure you're the one that's right next to me. So much I have lost, so much I have gained. You gave me the strength to be the man I am today.
Okay, first, um, dude, your singing voice is awesome.
I know, right? It can be. Again, that
That
was like the 25th time recorded.
no, that was awesome. I dug that. And second, the knock it her up thing, man. I'm not gonna lie, I lost it. I love a song that's gonna make me giggle, and you made me giggle. So that was that was lit as fuck. I'm pretty sure wifey even giggled over
Oh
it.
yeah. Like I said, it's supposed to be a fun song, so you got to have fun with it. But that song started off with me singing it in the country voice, and then I listened to it and I was like, I don't like that at all. We got to figure something out here. And so then I was just like, let's just sing, like let's see how that goes. And the first rough draft that I did, it wasn't perfect, but I was like, yeah, I think that's the way I want to go there. And I kind of just kept doing it until I got right in the right vocal range. I have no training when it comes to singing. So I am definitely winging it and hoping for the best. And we got, sometimes I feel like I get lucky there with that one because that was not the plan.
I think it came out wonderfully. Good job.
hmm Yeah, I love that song. Again, though, it's hard to pick like a favorite song out of this album because when you listen to them one at a time, it's like, oh, that one was so good. And then you play that, the next one, like, oh, that Emily song was so good. And it gets hard if you had to pick one out. It'd be a very tough decision. And then we still have to listen to the song with G Blunt. And that one has one of the catchiest choruses on there. That is hard to walk away from that and not want to sing that chorus. Like it is really catchy.
That's funny.
Mhm.
TJ Lucius. I think you converted. You made a new country fan.
Well, country people can be cool, but don't confuse us with, what's essentially pop music with a country singer on it. That's just pop music with a country singer. It's not really country.
All right, so you already told us that you've had this feeling in you for a while that this was a genre that you should have been doing for a while now. So
hmm
that being said and known that this is something you've had thoughts about, what are your thoughts on this current everybody's a country music rapper?
I mean, it oftentimes it does feel like a sellout, when you see these dudes like out of nowhere, they go from being gangster rappers to suddenly singing country. It's a little bit weird. But with that being said, it's hard for me to judge anything. It really is, Lord knows I have made so many weird decisions in my life, and it's hard for me to judge what you're doing over there. If people like it, who's for me to say stop doing it? There are an insane amount of songs. There's an unlimited amount of songs that I think are garbage, that I think are terrible, but they have tons of other fans and tons of other listeners. So, people like it. It's hard to say don't do it, but does it feel genuine? Not even in the least bit. I've seen some of these guys, like I've seen them on YouTube making their music and making videos to promote it. So I've heard them talk in their normal speaking voice, and all of a sudden they're doing country song. They're talking with like a country twang, and it's just kind of like, yeah, man, like I liked you up until you started getting real fake like that. But if it works for you, to each his own. I'm not ever going to name names because I'm just not that kind of person to bash your art. I may not understand why you taped a banana to the wall and called it art, but other people might like it. So who am I to say that they're stupid?
Perfect answer. Perfect answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ain't throwing no shade at no one. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's see. If I am correct, the next one is Have You?
Yeah, because we want to end with anyways, because that's like that's the actual last song of the album anyways, but it is a thank you song. The Get Have You is me and G Blunt. So that would be the song I put together because G Blunt wanted to do a country song together.
All right. I haven't seen him in the comments, but I did tag him up. So
He'll join
hopefully,
even.
yeah, that's what I mean. He'll be here. He'll be watching at some point. So,
He's-
ladies and gentlemen, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he wants to hear this song. So if anything, he's heard. He's obviously been sent his own version, but who doesn't want to hear themselves being played on a podcast like this? Like obviously you're gonna tune in to check yourself out. So that's a guaranteed view later. What up, G Blunt? In the future.
Exactly. Future G Blunt, you guys.
Future
This
G
is
Blunt.
another name you guys have been hearing quite often on this podcast and just everywhere. He's been making crazy moves. So let's check out his country stuff because I've been just exactly. I don't even, those are the words I have.
Yeah.
All right, this is Have You by Toad featuring G Blunt. Well, skip through the whole damn song. We don't want to do that.
Hey there, G Blunt.
Yo, Toad,
You want to do a song together?
you already know, man.
All right, let's get it.
Let me tell you a little story about a girl that I loved and I thought she fell from the sky up above. In the mud, my face she shoved. She couldn't love me and she couldn't be loved. Talk about the same girl, her name was Lacey. All that she do when she driving me crazy. Hit her from the back cause she always kinda lazy. Drank so much, got me feeling quite hazy. Friends all around and she won't call me baby. Way that she acts got me feeling quite shady. No one's around, she be screaming at me daily. Never good enough, always just a training. Ass so fat, can you really fucking blame me? Drinking from the bottle and I'm thinking she could save me. God came around and he tried to fucking save me. Think that he's mad, well I'm thinking that's a maybe. Love not a girl who's a devil, not a lady. Love hurts just like having fucking rabies. Have a lady that should never have babies. Looking for a check just to drive her new Mercedes. Hit a home run and touch all the bases. I go low, depression has stages. Friends are the same and it never really changes. You shouldn't play with love and I think that's the strangest.
I see what you said, Lucius. We'll have to get you on the next one for sure then.
Oh, heck yeah, there we go. Man, you're just gonna make everybody go country here. That's what you're gonna have to name the next album. Toad's gone country, and now Toad made everybody else go country.
We Toad and Friends go country.
Even better. Yeah, that's much easier. It rolls off the tongue much better.
Oh yeah, it's Toad and Friends. I've always wanted that, Toad and Friends.
Toad and Friends. Fuck yeah, man. I bet shit. You could put together a pretty wicked just collaboration album between some of the artists you know.
If I actually did that, Toad and Friends, like I'd have to do like a Mario cover. Like that's like Toad and Friends. That sounds like a Mario, right? Like Mario's Toad and Friends, right? Like it just sounds like it should be on there. So like you'd have to do like you'd have like DJ Lucius as a little Nintendo character.
That's dope. I know.
Nintendo dinosaur behind the Nintendo Toad.
Yeah. Well, the whole time, like since it came up while we were doing promo for Pedestal, you had used the little mushrooms for the Toad, and that's what got me thinking. And I made a couple promos where it had the little mushroom Toad for you.
Yep.
I found the little Yoshi for me, and I'm like, what the hell is DJ Lucius? Wario. There you go. You knew exactly where I was going. I was going to ask you what you would be. Wario. Thank you.
That's funny.
Wario. Right, I don't know, man. You better, like, I don't know. You just don't seem like a Wario to me.
Not really, no, because
Like, no offense, but you
gotta have the mustache, like some kind of
what it
stash going on there. Like he doesn't have any, like it's got to be some kind of stash with some kind of curliness or evilness to it, and then you could be Wario, or you could be like awkwardly kind of fat because that's kind of how they built Wario.
That's what I mean, and he's not awkwardly fat at all. So I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I think Danny DeVito is more like Wario.
Yeah, dude, and we don't want to compare you to fucking DeVito. He's badass, but I ain't gonna do that.
No, he'd be perfect. He'd be perfect for the role, but I don't think Lucius looks anything like Danny DeVito. So I think the Penguin and Wario are out of his realm, But with Toad, I mostly do use actual toads just because I am afraid of stepping on the toes of copyright. But a mushroom, there is, the actual toadstool mushroom. That is a real thing. So on my wife's leg, she has a giant mushroom with a snail on the mushroom. I met her online dating. She had a snail picture as her profile, and she had her she was helping kids do something because she worked with kids at the time, and they had put her picture on the snail. And my opening line to her was, "You make a very beautiful snail." And we're now married now, and we have 2 kids. So she has a snail crawling across a mushroom, which is her little secret, our tattoo. I'm the mushroom, she's the snail, and it's also her spirit. She moves faster though. She's much faster than a snail.
Not only the cutest thing I've ever heard, but it was also actually educational in my case. That is awesome. I honestly, I'm a nature freak, and I had no idea that a toadstool mushroom was a real thing. I just thought that was a Mario thing.
Nope. I mean, for the most part, they even just call him Toad. Like, you got to kind of be deep into Mario to know that his name is actually Toadstool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I've always thought was weird because it's not like Stool is his last name. That'd just be like, hey, G.
So, so now, since it was brought up earlier, and it's a perfect opportunity to segue into, what is Toad's last name?
Oh, that's just Toad. You gotta set up that email, and it needs a last name. And I was like, I don't really want to put my last name because technically Toad is just Toad. So I just put Toad twice, and it accepted it. And then lo and behold, when I send it to someone, it's like from Toad.
So, alternative here. Why don't you be a toadstool, but spell stool like, a stool?
Like pedestal, toadstool?
Yeah.
Or do you mean like
Toadstool.
you're not talking about this kind of stool, right?
No, the other kind of stool.
I just so happen to have that behind me. So my wife got really drunk. My wife got really drunk one night, and she made some Amazon orders, and she completely forgot about them. And I was the one who got the package, and I was just like, "Well, what are these?" And she's like, "I don't know." So I opened up the package, and it was that turd bank. It was I think it said right here is this little turd charger. And she got a turd pillow like that you put like on your couch, and she bought those like 6 years ago, and I've never let her forget about it.
See, you're already ready, man. I'm telling you.
You can't help it though. That's so funny, Like she bought all these turd items when she was drunk. Cause like, what else would you buy those things?
I don't know if your wife's a smoker, but I tell you, you be smoking that devil's lettuce and you will buy some of the dumbest shit and you'll go home and you'll be like, why? But by that time, in my case, I usually have like 60 of them before I'm like, why did I do this? Why did I do this? Do not.
That's too funny.
Warning.
Unless.
Do not partake in devil's lettuce or marijuana before grocery shopping or shopping in general. Just don't do it.
However, smoke a big fat ass blunt. Obnoxious blunt. Just get stupid high that you forget your name. That like DJ Lucius thinks he's G Blunt for a couple of minutes. Then find yourself over to the Artsy Fartsies merch site. They're doing a Memorial Day sale. So go ahead and get really fucking stoned, like ridiculously stoned. Head right over there. Right to where get on there. Buy 17 different t-shirts.
This commercial was brought to you by Toadstool. And if you take this advice and you throw me a message, I'm going to give you an even bigger sale. So just saying, go smoke that fucking blunt. And if you want to go shopping, hit up my Threadless. The link's on my site. Shout out to you, Toad. That was awesome.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, you know what? You're talking about it like, don't go shopping at high. And I was just like, oh.
DJ Lucius brought up another good point, though. Unless you're going to Walmart and you're going to walk around shopping with a bag of grapes for about an hour. Do you know what I mean? I know what you mean.
Well, keep in mind, at Walmart, now get in real close here, guys. At Walmart, everything at the self-checkout checks out as a banana. Everything. So it all single banana, type it in yourself. All right. You didn't hear it here. You heard it somewhere else.
Little
just
tip
don't
though,
ask
you
me for
might
help.
want to actually buy 1 or 2 bananas with your order. Just saying, you might want to do that.
But if you get caught at the register with 42 single bananas, you don't come calling to me about that. You went over the top with that one.
Yes, if they ask you where you learned this information, his name is in fact Toadstool. Make sure you spell it right, Toadstool. And I am Dino Baby. And our last names are. Did you catch that? Last name Toadstool and Dino Baby. All right, that's where you got the information.
Yeah, just all jokes aside, don't actually go steal from Walmart. They actually do pay attention pretty damn well to that shit. Don't actually do that,
For real though.
Oops.
Make good decisions, you guys. And if you don't, for the real, you don't fucking know me or him. Now they want to go shopping. Oh, fuck. All right. Welcome to the show, Carrie. Unfortunately, you tapped in just a minute after we just peeped a new country track featuring G Blunt. So I highly recommend you go rewatch the first half of this show because it was pretty awesome. But
You actually missed
you
4 of
are
them.
in time. Yep, you missed a whole bunch of cool stuff. But
Yeah,
you are just in
there's
time
4
for
bangers.
this last gem we have. Preview of the new album before it fully comes out tomorrow, you guys. Tomorrow.
He might be busy, but Cremitator, I haven't seen you in the comments. You happen to be out there? I'm not seeing him here. I'm looking. He's a little bit shy, but he's also not super chatty like I am. That's why I do all the talking, because I just absolutely can't shut up.
Hell yeah, Carrie. Go rewind. Get it how you get it. Because she was grocery shopping. How ironic.
It happens. It happens.
Now go smoke a blunt and go shopping on my website. You heard the spiel.
Did you make good or bad choices? Did you make good or bad choices while you were there? Are you happy with the decisions you made? Or are you looking back like, that was probably not my best shopping trip? So then I come back like, why did I get 3 bags of marshmallows? What the hell's wrong with me? Like, nobody can live on friggin' marshmallows.
I don't know. I can. All right. So this is the last track. The last one we have lined up for today previewing is Anyways. Tell us about this one.
This is the last one on the track. So just to let you know where we're at, the first 3 we played are actually 1, 2, and 3 on the album. The Have You is number 7, and this song, Anyways, is number 8. So just so you know, we left out 4, 5, and 6. That's not because they're bad. They are honestly just as good, just as catchy. They're really good. You'll definitely want to check out the whole album. This one, however, is the thank you track. And, I wanted to put this one on there just because I do specifically thank people in this song. I do thank the people who listen to it, and I thank people that I've interacted to along the way. So, I really like this song. It's I don't know how to put it. To me, it's really catchy, but I don't know how many people like it because it is a thank you song to people that have basically been messing with me this whole time. That, not saying that we're, you're part of my team specifically, but we on the same team, it feels like, kind of stuff. And that's why I'm asking about Cremitator, because I do actually, he's one of the people I actually mentioned in this song. Which if he's not here, he'll get back. He's probably grocery shopping too. He'll get back to it later. But I did want to, put this on there to just kind of see some reactions from it, and like, call it selfish, but that's what I wanted to do. I still think it's a really good song, but I think if it's the first one you heard from me, it may not be the best foot forward because you may be wondering why I'm thanking all these people, but I like it, and I think a lot of people here right now are gonna like it too. Just keep in mind, I did write this song like 3 months ago, so if I didn't mention you, it's probably because we didn't really start talking then. I'm pretty far ahead, like I got me and Cremitator's album coming out next. I always try to put at least a month in between albums, and I'm already working on my next rap album, and I even have a song recorded for that one. So I'm always working pretty far in advance. So these were made, a little while back. This one specifically was made a while back. So we just kind of revamped it for the country album. I just knew I wanted to use it somewhere. Why not the country?
All right. So if you're not on here, he doesn't like you. Just kidding. If you're not mentioned, don't get any kind of weird feelings. Just to understand, it happens, and this is an older track, and maybe you guys didn't know each other yet. But
definitely
I'm
not a
super
sneak this
excited
on.
to hit this one. All right, let's peep this one. Anyways.
glad that you're home.
What can I say to you
Anyway,
What can I say to you?
thank you for the love you give.
What can I say to you?
Anyway,
What can I say to you?
thank you for the love you give. Man, I lived all on my own, feeling ugly like a toad. So that's just the way it goes. I need some love, give me some more. I wanna take the time to tell you how I feel. All the love that you send, it makes me feel so real. Like a kid at McDonald's eating on a Happy Meal. Or like a wow rapper signing up for a big deal. This a thank you all the people that be knowing my name. I swear to God I will not ditch you if I ever get some fame.
What can I say to you?
Anyway,
What can I say to you?
thank you for the love you give.
What can I say to you?
Anyway,
What can I say to you?
thank you for the love you give. The number one fan I have is my daughter. When she hears my songs, those lyrics, she will holler. The number two fan I have, I'm so grateful. So special shout out to the Never Angel. Met a killer on Facebook, assassin. Talking about the homie Mad Whack Jackson. You need to be yourself, but have some devotion. So shout out hype as fuck promotion.
What can I say to you?
Anyway,
What can I say to you?
thank you for the love you give.
What can I say to you?
Anyway,
What can I say to you?
thank you for the love you give. DJ Lucius, man, I see you. When you got this, we believe you. John Cena, can I see you? Younger kids, they wanna be you. Crab mutator, you the man. Grab your axe, stay with your plan. Got the world all in your hands. Soon you will be in demand.
What can I say to you?
Anyway,
What can I say to you?
thank you for the love you give.
What can I say to you?
Anyway,
What can I say to you?
thank you for the love you give.
I just want to give one last thank you for anyone who's given me a chance and listened to my music. It means a lot to
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucking like trying not to be all like a girl
Yeah.
or cry over here in my
Did I
emotions
get
and
ya?
shit. Like,
Did I
yeah, you
get you?
did.
Yeah, I do
You
that to
got
people. It's
me.
okay. Words are
Shit.
weapons.
For real. It was
You
only
saw
like
me
the
pointing you
second
out
time
there?
I've yeah, only the second time I've ever got a little water in my eye during a show.
It's
I think
okay.
the other person to ever do that on me on my own show, actually, two other people, was Mama Watson. My fuckers know why. And the other one is someone else you know, and that was Cap the Wise Guy. He put me in my place. He put me in my
Oh.
place, but in a good way. So I appreciate that.
Well, I assume that because you guys are still friends and do videos and songs together.
It was one of those, like real deep, hit you heart, but uplifting kind of talks.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, someone that cares about you to do that, you know, they don't. Someone that cares about you doesn't want to see you crash and burn actively. You know, that's not fun for a loved one to watch you just, you know.
No,
So
it's not, man. It's not. And I am one of those people. I don't ever want to see any of my friends crash and burn. And you know, so you just having someone like you put a little bit of love for me and everyone that you shouted out into a track like that. I, that makes it all of this worth it, and that's why I fucking love music, man. Look at the family it creates, and look at the art that it creates. It's fucking awesome.
you know, brings people together too.
Fuck
You
yeah.
know,
Fuck
but you
yeah.
know, with the country side of it, you got to tell the truth. You know, like with rap, there's always that leniency. You know, if we're being super blunt with each other, there's always that leniency. You know, like you got dudes talking about Mercedes that be driving, you know, a $500 car. You know, so there's leniency. But I felt like in country, you can't be like that. You got to tell the truth. It's got to come from the heart. The people that are looking for that country, that hip hop style, they want those emotions. They want those raw feelings in there. And as an artist, you know, just like you or me, you have to be prepared to get out there. Metallica, the biggest band in the world, they did the biggest show ever. I mean, you take a rock and throw it, and you can find 10 people that have a bad thing to say about Metallica. You know, so why are you exempt? You know, you got to put yourself out there and put your emotions on there and put your best foot forward and don't look back. You know, that's what I would say about that is just keep going with the vibe, you know? Take it where it takes you. Kind of went on a ramble there.
No, it was a beautiful ramble. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's the opposite end of the spectrum, really. You're gonna get hated on, like you said, no matter how big and bad you might be, it's it's a thing that's gonna happen. But on the flip side, you can be some of the biggest people out in making music are still can be some of the most humble people you know. And one prime example of that, I am going to give him a shout out on this show. I'm sorry, Toad, but he has a country song, one song, not an album, but he has a country song dropping tomorrow. And that is Strange Music's Jerry Robinson. And for the last week, I shit you not, someone as big as him has been so freaking humbled by the show of support over this new track because he was still afraid to make the leap and to try something new. This is new for him. And he was terrified, even at the level he is. And he's done nothing for the last 3 days, but been, you know, completely like showing nothing but the absurd amount of love for his fans because it's still, you know, even the biggest people are still absolutely shocked and amazed at what music can do and how it can bring people together. It doesn't matter if you're here or if you're here. Like, just go out there and make some fucking music, and someone's gonna love it and someone's gonna hate it. But as long as
Every time.
you love it, that's all that matters.
Yep, exactly. And you know what? I mean, everything can seem scary at first, realistically, but it's, you know, it's definitely worth it to take that leap, you know, like if there's, you know, that pertains to anything, not just music, you know, but don't be afraid to take that leap, you know. I mean, it's tough for anyone out there, but you'd be surprised what some people say back to you, you know. I mean, I started a YouTube gaming channel long before I started making music, and I told myself, like, no, nobody cares about you, dude. Nobody wants you to make music, dude. You tried so many times, right? You make this stupid gaming channel. I bet you don't even get 10 subscribers, right? That's what I told myself. Well, without any paid advertisement, that channel's at 312 subscribers, which to me is really good because it's just gaming channel. Like, it's just gaming clips that I do it on. But I've actually had people tell me on my videos, and multiple people, your channel deserves more views, you know? But I also don't go around telling everyone that, you know, their channel sucks because mine's not getting more views like that. But you'd be surprised when you put things out there what people have to say back, you know? My YouTube channel is almost at 2,300 people for the music, and all I've been doing is putting Saturday out there. And like one time it got 400 subscribers, it got 350 last time, it got almost 300 the time before that. You know, you can't be afraid to take these leaps. You know, you got to do it for anything. You know, if you're miserable, there's a very good chance that you're just sad with your life, and that if you were to make some of these changes, you know, sure, it'd be scary as hell at first, but you'd be better and happier for it. You know, not that I'm saying like, look at me, but you know, I'm a lot happier now that I make music. I can, on it, even if I fail and I don't make it, I can say that I tried. I gave it an effort. You know, I can live with that. You know, I gave it a real effort. I really tried. I made my music. If it fails, it fails. It is what it is, guys. You know?
100%. You never know if you never try.
Exactly.
And you never, you know, it doesn't have to be music, and it could be anything. And you are so spot on. If you are miserable, or if you're mad at someone and there's no reason, you're just mad at them because they're out there doing stuff, I suggest you just go out there and do stuff, because you're going to be a lot happier in your life. And quite honestly, it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. It really doesn't.
No.
Who fucking
No,
cares?
now keep in mind, we're not saying go out there and beat people up. You know? We're saying take control of your life through different means, you know, change these things. You don't always have to deal with it, you know, but, you know, if you really are depressed, you should seek help for that, because that's a chemical imbalance in your brain, and you'll never fix that without the help of someone.
That is facts. Mental health is nothing to fuck with, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. So if you think you might be worried about something like that, don't be afraid to reach out for help. Or if you're struggling, reach out to anyone for help, because I can speak for a lot of people when I say we'd rather spend hours talking to you on the phone than spending hours at your funeral. So just talk to someone.
I do concur, doctor. Do you concur?
I concur.
It's a catch me if you can reference for all the cool people out there.
We are prescribing you a heavy dose of Toad music, preferably this country album that is going to be coming out tomorrow. By the way, that link to pre-save that album is dropped in the comments if you're watching from Hype AF, and it should also be in the description to this video. So go hit that pre-save link, and it will automatically end up in your library when it comes out tomorrow.
And if you wait till it comes out, it'll also change to the smart link. The pre-save is the smart link. So once it releases, it should direct you right to the album. But I mean, looking at it now, it's 8:27 Arizona time, which I think we're on Pacific, which if that is the case, then it would be 12:30 Eastern time. And, you know, sometime between like 10 and 11, to be honest, is when my last album dropped. So it could drop like any minute now, but it should be available anytime now. Like I don't know what time zone they're on when they release this, but it was out. My last album, Way Out of Line, was out before midnight my time, but I am on Pacific time right now. Arizona's time changes. We go from Pacific to Mountain. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah, no, I think you are 100% correct. And if I'm not mistaken, if you are on the East Coast, that album very well could be available right now, if not in the next half hour or so.
I wonder, I don't know exactly if it's released on Mountain or Central time, but I don't think it's released on Eastern time.
It's wherever New York, whatever their time zone is usually what they use.
I wonder though if it has something to do with your distributor. You know, if they for some reason determine that time.
It could be different.
You know, I have Lander, and it seems like no one else does.
No, so I've been looking at it. Looks like a pretty
Mhm.
good one, honestly. The only one I'm familiar with is Distro, and I have the option under my account to choose whether it's 12 p.m. my time or 12 p.m. everywhere for everyone, or however they give me that option.
That's dope, actually. I don't get that option. I just get to choose the day on it. But what I like about my distributor, which I saw your post, you were talking about how you're starting to make beats. Is that correct?
I've been playing around for a while.
Yeah. I make all my own beats. I use Ableton Live 12 Suite. It's like the upgraded program. That in itself, that's like a $550 recording program. I did use credit for that in case you were wondering. But with that, the recording program, that's pretty sweet. But the Lander, they charge about $200 a year. When they release your stuff, it's released permanently. But with the one I have, I can release as much as I want throughout a year. This is for anyone that makes music, in case they're wondering. I can release as much as I want within that year, and I get like 4,000 credits towards samples. And each sample costs 1 credit. So essentially, that's 4,000 samples of their specific library. If you do make an album specifically with their samples and you release it, and there's like no other ones other than stuff that like you can make your own music, right? Like that excludes that. But like if you're using like a domain free, sample site, but if you use a Lander and you put it in, let's say Tuesday at noon, it'll be available Wednesday. That's like how fast they move with that stuff. So they're very quick and they have a very responsive customer service. But you are looking at $200 a year for the membership.
Now, my only concern and the reason I haven't completely switched to anything else is honestly, I need something that can I have 3 separate entities that I upload music for. So it's myself, my coexist. So I
Yep.
would need, I can do
What's
that
the
from
third one?
Landers.
I knew the coexist, but what's the third one? If
I
you don't
helped
mind
my
me
brother
asking.
do Versatile. Well, no, I helped my brother do Versatile, and then have I have another one
That's right. I should have known
saved up,
that.
but it's never been used. But it's my buddy Monkey Sounds, or
Oh,
Undergods,
snap.
formerly known as.
Snap, crackle, and pop.
I
The one I
actually
have, I'm basically my own label. Like it's Big Clown Shoe Productions. I don't really say it or anything, although I really like the name. And it's just if you're wondering where the name come from, it's because I got gigantic feet. People tripped over them all the time. But one day someone got really mad, started kicking my foot, and he started yelling to move my big clown feet out of his way. So Big Clown Shoe Productions is the name that I go with there. But I've released Cremutator's last 2 albums. So if you go on Spotify and you see Cremutator's, individual albums, I released that through Lander. And his music got yanked off for some reason from his distributor, got all weird on him, yanked off all his music. I told him I could do it. He gave me like 20 of this. I could be wrong. He gave me like 18, 20 of the songs. And we put it on that first album. And instead of doing singles, we put them on an album. We put, like I said, it was like Tuesday at noon. His stuff was out Wednesday. And that's even with the other people having a problem with his music. Now, these guys when you go through your checklist, they have a lot of real questions that you have to answer. Who's the composition owner? Who actually made the beat? Who's the lyricist? You have to put your legal name because they're not responsible for things. If you go and rip off Madonna, it's you that gets sued, not not Lander. They don't care about you at that point, but they're going to ask you a lot of questions. And what's really cool is if you do use public domain samples, they have smaller platforms that don't cost $200 a year, and you can use something like looperman.com. If you've ever heard of them, they're free public domain samples. Anyone can go there for free, just download samples, make beats out of them. You just click a box at the very bottom that says I used a public domain sample. They confirm it, everything's fine. A problem that everyone has with that is they try to use these public domain samples. Some dude in Croatia made a song with it, and now he owns the metadata to it, and you can't release the song. But Lander, they actually know how these music laws work, and all you have to do is tell them where you got the stuff, and they're perfectly fine with it. As long as you're not stealing stuff.
So that's one of the biggest things that is turning me away from my DistroKid is They don't ask for any of that.
Mm-mm.
I've only been asked for my legal documents, whatever the hell they're called. I can't think of it right now. My agreement, beat lease agreement, one time for one feature, and I
Mm-hmm.
sent it to them. They okayed it, but they still have it mixed up with another track with the same feature, unfortunately. So my streams are completely out of whack because of it.
Mm-hmm. Which one was I'm trying
So
to
yeah,
think out
but
loud here. Oh, you know what? My Christmas, I released that as a single through Lander, and I put it on my last album because honestly, I felt like the single got absolutely no attention, and I really liked that song. Lander, I put it in like 2 o'clock in the afternoon for that the Way Out of Line. At like 20 minutes later, they sent me an email that everything was approved, and the My Christmas that was on that album had its own ISPC. You know what I'm talking about, like its own specific catalog rating, so they can even distinguish the difference between those kind of things. But again, they seem to actually know the laws involved with this. And if you've heard my song "Mad," that was because of Ditto, which is a distribution company. And I put my music in like a month later, right? I'm all excited. I think my album's gonna drop like 2 hours before the deadline. They hit me back like, "Oh, we got a problem with like you copyright infringe something, so like we can't release this album." And I'm like, okay, well, what did I copyright, right? Because I'm genuinely scared now, right? And they're like, oh, well, due to fraud laws, we can't tell you. And I'm like, oh, okay, now I know you talking crap, because what the hell is fraud laws got to do with that, right? Like, what fraud am I committing? You can tell me what copyright laws I'm about to break. That's like what lawyers do and things like that are supposed to represent. They refuse to tell me. I found out through YouTube that my 4 singles that were on that album have been copywritten by Ditto, and Ditto wouldn't release them on that album because they were copywritten by themselves. I know that you heard right. It sounds confusing, but that's exactly what happened. So I honestly blew my top and made like a metal rap song, and that's where that song "Mad" came from. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was mad that day. I was super pissed off. That was a day that my album was supposed to release. So if you go to my Spotify, you'll see I had like 3 albums drop, like one on top of another. That's because Ditto did me so dirty, and it took so long to figure out that by the time I figured out, I had 2 more albums completed. So like these guys can be so frustrating when they don't know these laws. It's crazy.
yeah, I almost switched to Ditto. In fact, I have my own freaking horror story with them. Fuck them. I have one person who highly recommends them. They seem to work perfectly for them, but I went and made the move. I was gonna put all my music, take it all down, and move it all over to Ditto. Signed up. It was Black Friday, dude. They took my fucking money.
Oh, that's a
A
good weekend too.
lot, a lot of fucking money, because I run 3 other artist accounts, so it wasn't just
Mhm.
mine. It was 2 other people's money, and then decided shit wasn't gonna work. I don't know what the fuck happened. Something happened. I hit him an email. I was like, "It's not working. What's going on? This is stupid. Give me my money back." They came back and was like, "We can't do nothing until it's fucking Black Friday. We can't do nothing until Monday." Well,
Oh.
by then the fucking Black Friday deal was over, dude. So
Mhm.
my intention, this is what happened. I paid full price, and I was like, I fucked up. I wanted the discount price. So I was paying like fucking $400, something outrageous. And I'm like, help me. I fucked up. I just wanted the Black Friday. Help me. I can't afford this. I don't have $400. Well, by the time they got back to me and Monday rolls around, the fucking Black Friday was over. And they finally were like, we'll refund you, but it'll still take 3 days. And I'm like, fucking, all right, well, now I'm out my new distribution company. I have to pay my
Uh-huh.
old distribution company, and you're still not going to refund me for fucking 3 days. And you're not even going to I didn't even want the refund. I was happy if they would have just given me the fucking discount on their platform for half the price. But I ended up
Mhm.
with Squat, and their customer service was so shitty that alone was like, no, I am definitely not using this to
Did you,
distribute
did you
my
find
fucking
out?
music.
Did you find out they're in the Netherlands?
No, but that kind of makes some sense now. Why it
Yeah,
took them
that's
40 years to do everything.
I got one more to add for you. They pay in pounds.
Oh
They
hell
don't
yeah,
even,
dude!
it's not even
I'm
US currency. Cause I was with them for like 2 months. So my album, like finally, like, cause of like 2 to 3 months, it shows like streaming income and it started hitting some. And I'm like, what the hell's that symbol next to that dollar sign? Like that should be a dollar sign. And then I looked close. I was like, son of a bitch, that says pounds. You know, like I'm told that
yeah.
your bank can like exchange that for you, but you never know then like how much you're really making. And plus, like that's if your bank actually does that. Like some dude telling me that on the street doesn't mean it's true. You know. But if you ever heard of Pete and Bass, do you know who those guys are?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I found a post on Facebook where they were like, "What the hell, Ditto? How come our single hasn't released yet?" So they've had problems with them.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a
You
blessing in
know?
disguise, honestly. I'm really glad it didn't work out, but I keep thinking in the back of my mind, like, how does my homie get away with it? Because he's legit killing it, like, killing it. He's got amazing numbers on all of his platforms, but I just, you want to talk about nitty gritty? They want every bit of information. I swear to God, like, they wanted to drop your first your fucking blood, your firstborn
Mm-hmm.
child to release a fucking track, your like everything. They were very, by the book about it, except like I had no idea that I would have been paid in pounds and their customer service was shit. And it's, if you want to upload a track, you better have a good like 3 hours to do so because it's kind of tedious.
Yeah, it does, and plus, like, as terrible as this is to say, when you're uploading it to it, you got to sit there and listen to each damn track like closely, just in case something happened as it like transferred onto their like website portal thing. Because I did catch it one time where like a song had messed up between that transfer, so like stupid crap like that can happen all the time. You got to be very meticulous about it. Even with a good distributor, you still got to be meticulous with things. But I know Ditto now offers like a mastering thing, but I thought they were just terrible at what they did, so I can't imagine that's good. But Lander does have like an AI mastering program, and if you're wondering what mastering essentially is, it's just making the track louder. That's it.
Yeah,
Like it
just
doesn't like make it any better. It
yes.
just you go from this bar on the sound scale to like this now, and it keeps it all even. You know, so
Yeah,
like
it
the hard part
equalizes.
is mixing it. Yeah, the hard part's mixing it where you get things where you want them all sounding nice and great. The mastering's just kind of basically turn the knob up on, on the amp. Like, let's get this loud as hell and make sure people can't hear on their way home.
Yeah, distro offers some upgrade like that if you want it for like $10 or $50 for
Hmm.
3 tracks or some crazy shit.
Well, they charge
I don't
per
know, but
track. Like, and I don't know how Ditto does it. Like I've just like because I'm still on their stupid mailing list, right? But with Lander, with the plan I have, it's unlimited. Like I'll master an album like 40 times before I'm happy with it because I'm always going back and doing different mixings and things like that and making it sound as good as possible. So I can't.
see, and I
To
don't think they
me,
offer that.
yeah, I can't imagine having to
Yeah,
pay for
see,
each
unless
time. I'd
it's
be so
like a,
nervous.
oh yeah, dude, yeah, that's a way better deal than paying $10 and getting back something that you're like, what the fuck? I paid $10 for that, and you don't like it. Try again. There's 10 more bucks. Like, nah,
Yep.
nah.
But again,
You don't
like
like it. You
mine,
don't like it.
I checked the renewal, and you can always find stuff online, obviously. But I've checked the renewal, which for me, it's going to be like 191 and some change. But I know when I signed up, I used a promo that got me like 40, 50, 60. It was some ridiculous that it got me off. So, and I'm pretty sure that they let you pay with PayPal. And I'm pretty sure I used like pay in four, if you know what that is, where I made like 4 payments every 2 weeks apart. So, there's different options like that. But hopefully you start eventually making money off this stuff.
Hopefully, hopefully one of these days. I think we're making, I don't know if it's us or if, DJ Lucius, are you angry tonight, my man? You want to go fight everybody and throw toads and frogs, and you seem violent. You need to, do you need to go listen to this podcast and get those happy vibes again from the love track and anyways, and what is it? Here we go. What is that other one? Have you? That's, you need to go watch this podcast. You're putting out some angry vibes, my man. You need to go get hype. Quit wanting to fight everybody.
You gotta be careful. He is hype. You know, Ben Affleck from Dazed and Confused was hype as fuck. It's just not the kind of hype of fuck you want to deal with.
he's gonna go to distro headquarters. He's gonna fight people. He's gonna fucking.
Hell yeah!
He's gonna
Kick their ass, Lucius. Record it.
He's got good intentions.
Get one of them 360 cameras and attach it to your back. Be looking sharp right there and just record you just like, what's up, fool? This is for Mad Whack, fool. But if you're in the Netherlands,
I'm having way too much fun tonight, you guys.
If you're in the Netherlands, feel free to punch someone at Ditto for me. No, don't actually do that. I'm just kidding.
Yes, don't punch anyone, please.
No, I'm just kidding. They put a bad taste in my mouth, though.
Since we're being crazy and we're over here, just talking weird shit and telling people what not to do, what is some advice that you do have for some upcoming artists?
Oh man, I mean, like it's tough, but just the thing I would say is don't worry about what people around you are gonna think, because I got some really tough news, and let's all come back in here real quick. They're not gonna listen to it. They're not, like, at all. They're not gonna listen to it. They're barely gonna check your shit out. The people that you're barely friends with are the ones that will actually show you love and support. So keep that in mind, okay? So just get over that. They'll hear that you're making music. They will not bother to listen to it. So say whatever the hell you want. Do not censor yourself. Have fun with it. If you're not having fun with it, go somewhere else and do something that is fun, And it's okay to be angry on a track. It's okay to be happy on a track. Again, there's no rules out here. If someone told you there's rules out here, they lied to you. They lied so hard to your face. Look at Primus. They have a bassist as their front guy. Their guitarist, who's phenomenal, is the second guy. People don't even know I don't know his name. I'm a huge Primus fan. I only know Les Claypool's name. Their drummer's phenomenal. Nobody notices him. Who the hell said start a band with the bass up front? Nobody, but it works out great. They have millions of fans. Don't worry about it. Do what you want to do. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But now here's some real, actual advice. If you're going to push, like me, this is some real advice. So you really do need to listen up, because I watched all kinds of YouTubes, like how to improve your YouTube. I sat at like 90 subscribers for the longest freaking time, and it was frustrating. Okay. Now, first of all, Madwack here gave me great advice. Make sure you do actually register your music. Get it all signed up. What is that? ASCAP.org, or is it .com?
org, I believe.
Org. Okay.
Yes. I will drop that link for everyone as well, because that is something I tell everyone to do as well. It's so important, and it's really not that hard to do, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I said Ditto was a pain in the ass, but compared to that, registering your music is not difficult. It's so easy, and it's so beneficial for you.
It takes way less time than it does to upload your albums. Like, as you do the ASCAP, you can actually just keep bringing back this stuff. And typically with albums, as you go down them, the ISRC, which you have to put it in, it just changes by 1. So you just put in the new title name, change the ISRC by 1, and then you get through your album real quick. Now, I can't tell you how to beat this on Facebook. So if someone knows, I've seen, not everyone can do it, but I can't seem to advertise music on Facebook. Like whenever I put my songs on there, it always gives me copyrighted. And now, if you're wondering, I have had Lander, my distributor, contact actual Facebook and tell them, hey, Jeremy Tamayo's account and Music by Toad owns the rights to those musics and would like to be able to advertise. And Facebook said, we understand what you said. And they changed my songs names to Music by Toad instead of just Toad. Music by Toad on Facebook because Toad was taken. You just kind of, you go with it now. But on YouTube, once you register it, you now can advertise it. And I've tested this because I have both a Toad channel and I have a Toad 2 Dope. Shout out to ICP. I've always been a fan. The Toad 2 Dope's a gaming channel. I have never authorized it. It is not official. Just for shits and giggles, I tried to advertise a video with my song on it. It shut me down and said copyright. When I do it on and Lander made my Toad account an official Toad YouTube account. So when I register all this music, it does tie it to that YouTube now. So on this YouTube, if you go and look, I've been advertising the song Saturday. What I've been doing, guys, this is where you want to listen, $20, okay? 4 days. Audience growth. I'm going to say that again. Audience growth. Now, here's the kicker. YouTube knows exactly who would like your shit. YouTube knows exactly who it is. It shows it to someone else who they're just assholes. They're just, they're angry at life. That's why you always get mean comments, even if your video is phenomenal. So if you put just $20 down, 4 days, audience growth, and I mean, I got it right here. I'm going to read it off to you guys. I've done it 3 times in a row here. On the first one, we had 93,000 impressions, 386 subscribers. On the next one, 94,000 impressions, 274 subscribers. 84,000 impressions, 418 subscribers. The song Saturday, which is all 3 of these, is now getting popular in Indonesia. So it is not only helping me get subscribers here, and I don't know what streaming platform they're listening to on it. I don't think a lot of it's Spotify that comes from YouTube, unfortunately, but they're listening to it because I'm getting hits on my actual distribution app. So just as simple as $20, you do not need thousands of dollars, which I do not have. $20 will get you a lot of subscribers. That hill you need to climb up over is that copyright issue. So that was a lot of advice packed into one, but I really wish someone explained that copyright stuff. He's not going to be watching because he's a big timer, but shout out to Daniel Brown. He's a battle rapper. He's actually the one who told me to do that stuff on all my videos. Now, TikTok gives me the same problem where it won't let me advertise, the music, even though I've had Lander contact them, and Facebook does that, but you can grow your audience $20 every 4 days.
Sound advice, you guys. I'm gonna have you tell that to me again in my inbox so that I could keep up with it. But I'm sure it was wonderful advice for those who were able to keep up with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you need to go back, I know I get going. That's how my brain works. And if I start to derail, we may not ever come back to the main track.
No, well, unfortunately, we're actually coming up on 2 hours here, and I would love to keep going, but my restream is starting to lag a little bit and glitch out.
Shutting you down?
It's starting to freak out a little bit, and we're starting
Am I
to
too
get
much?
a little glitchy. Shit, we're just having too much fun for this stupid app.
This is like the 2000s album pose, right?
I mean, I have a bed. I could lay down and do the other one with the gold chain and shit,
Well, the other one is don't look at the camera. That's an album cover right there, Jesse.
That's my bad size.
Oh, there you go. You got to do the good side. You got to do the good side. It's an album cover. It's going to be forever. There it is. That's album cover right there. Right in that little black space right there. Mad whack. Perfect. Package it up. Ship it out.
All right. I have to go edit this video then. You heard the man. All
I'll
right.
see like my
No,
arm in
but
it or something, right?
hey, I might, don't tempt me, man. I might.
Right, right.
All right. But yes, so as a matter of fact, someone did actually, I believe it was Mr. DJ Lucius in the comments earlier. We're 4 minutes away from your album being live somewhere in the other part of the United States. So if you are somewhere in that other end of the United States, go check that shit out in 4 minutes, hopefully, you guys. Go do it. That link is pinned in the comments. It should be also attached to the video description, both here on Facebook and on YouTube and on Twitch if you happen to be watching from there. So
This should be
go
playing on my
smash that
TikTok
link.
too. It
Absolutely.
should be.
Wherever
Yeah,
this is linked to, hopefully the description should be linked along with it, so it should be right up there. The
yep.
link for you guys to go hit it. So
This should
go
be playing
do
on
it,
my
you guys.
Facebook, on my YouTube, and my TikTok because I did sign into all that stuff. So it should be streaming across those 3 platforms right now.
Fuck yeah! Hello,
So
TikTok world. I don't get to
if you're
stream to
watching
you
from
guys.
TikTok, all right.
Woo!
We'll
Fuck
know if
yeah.
they're watching if there's videos making fun of us tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for sure. If I'm TikTok famous, I'll know why.
I'm
That's
all for it,
funny
man.
shit.
Everyone hates JoJo Siwa, but she sells out 50,000, plus arenas. So bring the hate, I guess. That'll get us up there.
That's shit. Just saying her name alone might do it, to be honest, with some of these people. So yeah, shout out JoJo
Right?
Siwa.
They're like, "Arr, how dare you?" Like, I don't really care. I'm not paying attention to her.
Right. All right. Well, you know what, man? Like I said, before it kicks us off, I want to give you a proper thank you for coming on the show, and I want to at least get the last most important question for my most what's the day one followers that know what's coming. So and I'm only going to ask you one, and it's probably not the one you think it's going to be. What's your most hype moment?
Ooh, what is my most hype moment so far? Oh, you kind of caught me off guard there, so I'm gonna stall for a second and do the beard thinking motion here. What's a very hype moment for me here? I'm trying to, why can I not think of any hype moments at this time? All right, I got one for you. My most hype moment, and I'll try to do this quick, but I was younger. I worked at Subway. A coworker had me go out to a place called Butcher Jones out here in Arizona. It's a big open desert. Those that live in Arizona, they've heard of Butcher Jones. So we go out there. We do a bunch of stuff. I'm really not going to go into details on all that stuff that we did. If you want more, hidden subtext, this story is actually the truck from my album Gone Mental. This really did happen. As we're driving back, the driver of the truck, he does this thing called fishtailing. That's what he called it. You may have different names for it. He hits the dirt and he tries to do like the back drift on his tires, right? But dude's going like 88 when he does it because he's trying to impress this girl. And so he ends up kind of spinning out of control. And, I find this out later, but he ends up slamming into the side of a giant dirt hill that was bigger than the truck. And what had happened is me and my buddy Nolan were in the bed of that truck when that happened. And the truck went like, bleh. And so me and him got launched from that truck. And essentially I woke up on the ground and I thought I was like under the truck. I thought I was dead. All I could see was blackness. And I just remember looking up to the sky and just like, it was just so dark and nothing. I thought I was under the truck. I thought, don't move. I don't know, my neck's broken. I don't know what the hell's going on. And I hear Nolan calling out for me and I knew I wasn't under the truck. Like, why would he be calling out for me? And suddenly everything became clear. I'm sitting in the middle of the desert. Now, this is no BS. There's a spike right next to me on the ground, like one of those green metal poles sticking out of the dirt. It was right there. I could have been impaled. We go back. I'm missing my shoe. My shoe is in between a tree that was in that hill, and this tree happened to go like this. My shoe was like right in that little crevice right down there, and it was lodged in there. Like I had to pull that thing out. I had a scratch on my ear, and Nolan was perfectly fine. All three people in the bed of the truck needed immediate medical attention. And it was one of those moments where it was like being reborn again. You know, it was a near death. I should have died like 3 times that night. And just walking back to that truck and seeing that, you know, and it was just life changing. And honestly, that's when I turned into this like over the top dude who just kind of, you know, realized that, you know, you make stupid decisions, stupid things are going to happen, but you got to live life either way. And I know that sounds crazy, but you know, I don't know, karma took care of me that night, because that dude, like, I don't know if he meant to hurt us, but he's the one that got hurt. You know, everyone else was pretty much fine for the most part, but the driver of that truck who did that, he got the most messed up from that. And normally drivers don't do that, so I often feel like karma was protecting us that night. But I definitely became a different person that night, and it was, you know, just like my whole world changed that day. You know, it's like the world was black and white before then, and I started seeing everything in color. So I would definitely say, you know, surviving death like that is definitely a hype as fuck moment.
Yeah, I would have to agree. That's in more ways than one, I can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, to go more into the story, it's where I got my back problems from, because I actually slammed into the bed of the truck. And I didn't see this. My buddy Nolan said this is what happened. I slammed into the bed of the truck. It left a dent in the truck, and apparently I busted out the back window with my back. But I've had some like back issues, but nothing like too drastic, you know. And it really didn't happen until like later in life. They just, when I talk to doctors, they tell me that's may have been when I hurt my back.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy.
But I saw a
Well, sure glad
chiropractor and I feel fine.
Sure glad that worked out the way it did.
Mm-hmm.
And we have some more hype news coming in right now, live from DJ Lucius. Your album is now live on Spotify, ladies and gentlemen. Go stream the new Toad Gone Country. Is it Gone Country?
Yeah, Gone Country. Oh yeah, sitting right there on my damn page, right there. That's awesome. Look at that.
Here you go,
I specifically went Gone Country because I did the Gone Mental, so that is on purpose. And I did do the album like the other one on purpose. I did do that, in case you're wondering, because I felt like it was perfect. You know, excuse me. You know, like I said at the time, I didn't feel like country was something I was going to continuously do, but I feel like I should, you know, relook at that, you know, based on what came out of this. But it felt like a one-off kind of album, like I'm going country.
Right on. Well, shit, I don't think there's a better way to end out a show than to let them go hear the album. So
go check it out.
Man, sorry, go check it out, and don't mind me and my random little hiccup here. Go check that shit out right now, you guys. It's live. I'm pretty sure it's probably live for most people, unless you're living somewhere in the boonies, because it's only 11 o'clock in Central Time for Lucius. It's Mountain Time over here for me, and I bet it's live for me. So when this is over, go stream Toad's Gone Country on any platform that you listen to right now. Go do my man that favor, and just do yourself that favor, because it's an awesome album. And thank you again, man, for coming on and sharing all the fun and letting us just get a couple peeks before everybody else. I love it.
Hell yeah, you know, there's a lot of blast in here. I mean, that was a quick 2 hours, wasn't it?
It was. Time flies when you're having fun, and I definitely had a blast.
Absolutely. And I didn't have to show my ass, like I said on Facebook. Look at that.
Oh shit. All right. So as usual, you guys, I want to just remind you specifically about the next episode, which is going to be June 26th with you're not looking at me, dude. You're not looking at me.
Cremutator.
Cremutator and Toad together. Cremutator and Toad together. So that will be our next visit with Toad. Until then, my man, good luck, and I wish you nothing but the best, and I send you off with hopes of over 1 billion streams on every single thing that you do from here on out.
And I wish the same for you too. And DJ Lucius.
I appreciate it.
And Shadowwing. And for future
Yes.
G Blunt.
Fuck yeah. Yes, please let G Blunt know. Let him know that we've given him a ton of love on this show to definitely give it a spin. Thank you for tuning in, and much love to you, man. I hope you have an awesome rest of your night.
You too.
Stay hype as fuck, my dude.
I will try my best.
All right, I'm about to end this sucker out. So, peace, love, and all of that good stuff.
Thanks for coming.
Later. All right, you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to do a quick shout out. Hopefully, I won't get cut off because my shit is really tweaking out. But thank you, Valerie. That would be the wifey of our guest today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, the Baz, for tuning in. Shelly, DJ Lucius, thank you so much for tuning in, man. And like he said, happy belated birthday. Who else is in here? Man, I got a lot of comments tonight, you guys. Hell yeah. If I missed you, I do apologize. I will try to get you on the next show. If you want to shout out, all you got to do is drop a comment. And you can do that because we have another show coming up tomorrow, you guys, with my boy Cameron Widow James. So come tune in with me tomorrow to get hype. And please, please, please go check out that album that is out right freaking now, Toad Gone Country. And I will see you tomorrow. Have an awesome rest of your night. Much love. Mad Whack out.